Isaac HP.
HP, yeah.
In the house, we just done a big photo shoot.
Yeah.
You were great.
Yeah. Thank you.
We wanted to get one in your suit, which I saw you throwing stuff. Why was that?
Because I've got a show coming out called Throwing Shit at the Wall, which is going to be a sort of experimental comedy show in Brighton. It's going to be every sort of first Tuesday of the month.
You were saying you can't actually show the SHIT being thrown, so...
Yeah, because I wanted it to be actual shit. But then I was just, and it would look a bit G.G. Allen, but I was like, I can't really do that. Well, I could, but I just want the poster to be, I want it to be provocative, look a bit provocative.
First gig?
My first gig was at the Birdcage in Norwich. That was because I lived in Thetford. I'm from Thetford, which is a little town in Norfolk. Yeah. So Norwich was the closest thing. I was 16 years old, and I had to leave the gig early because I wasn't allowed in the pub after my set because of...
I think Ross Noble did that.
Really?
When he wasn't allowed in the venue. Yes.
Yeah, in the venue, yeah. And it was that kind of thing, really. And I sort of had to do that for quite a while because I sort of carried on doing stand-up in Norwich and Cambridge. I always had to ask if I could get put on first or second at least. I didn't really want to ever go on first, but sort of, I think people liked, a lot of the comedians sort of liked the fact that there was this young kid trying to do stand-up, and for a while it sort of masked me being kind of bad for a long time. Like I could really make mistakes on stage, and people just thought it was a bit sweet, even if my jokes were just really offensive and bad. Right. Yeah. My worst gig I ever done was in Reading. I was about 18 and I drove all the way from Norfolk to Reading, which is like hours, very long drive really, to do 5 minutes on stage. I did 5 minutes and I made a joke. I was making a joke, I was talking about trash, I was saying the word trash, and then this lady like above me, for some reason we were doing the comedy against a wall that had like a stairway to the beer garden, so the stairway sort of went up so people could like look down at the comedy that was happening, and this lady was like, she said something, she heckled something at me, and I was already saying the word trash and I went, oh, some white trash there, and then she fucking went crazy at me, shouted at me, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get my boys and they're gonna fucking beat you up, and it was this massive thing. I think I got it filmed somewhere, and I was like 18 at the time. It was like my first time in Reading, and like the other comedians had to, because all these lads were like looking at me from the back from the beer garden, and all these other comedians had to sort of sneak me out of the pub afterwards. I had to get in my car and I just drove off, and I was like, that was such a waste of time.
So kind of what came first, because you've got a massive following on social media.
Yeah.
So stand up first, and then you were still doing your stuff.
Yeah, so I did stand up first when I was like 16 to 18. It was sort of just like around Norwich, Cambridge, and Essex, that kind of weird area of England that no one really drives through.
It's the end of the line.
Yeah, pretty much the end of the line, and then I do a few gigs in London every now and then, and I had a great aunt. I still have a great aunt who lives in Brighton. And she sort of sent me a message being like, oh, if you need any help with sort of your stand-up and stuff, then that would be good. And I was like, oh, could I sleep on your sofa? And maybe I'll try and get a job in Brighton, and I'll try and live there and get my own place. And I ended up just sort of moving to Brighton just to do stand-up there. I ended up living in my cousin's house. I didn't really know he existed till I didn't really know I was related to this guy, yeah. And I sort of just like stayed in a spare room at his. And I was supposed to stay there for a couple of weeks. I stayed there for 9 months, just did loads of stand-up. And then lockdown happened, and all my gigs went. So I was doing about 5 gigs a week. It was only like 5-10 minute spots, but I'd go to London. I'd be doing like 4 days in London sometimes, and then like 1 day in Brighton. But it was like I was doing quite a lot of gigs, and then yeah, it all crumbled, and I didn't really know what to do. And at the same time lockdown happened, TikTok just got big, and somebody mentioned to me when we sort of knew lockdown was going to happen that TikTok was this thing that people, and I sort of had it in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, I might just try and make that work. And I just sort of, I set these goals for myself. I was like, right, I'm gonna do a video that gets 1,000 views. How do I do 1,000 views? How do I get 10,000 views? How do I get 100,000 views? And then how do I keep that? And then how do I make money out of it? So I can like get off of benefits basically. And yeah.
You were saying because of your ADHD, you put a video up on YouTube that
yeah.
got hundreds and thousands of views, and it wasn't monetized, you said.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know if it's because of ADHD or not. I think it's like, I'm really bad at paperwork. Any sort of form, and when I made that it's a short film called The Crucifixion, and when I made it with my mate Darcy, who's now Void Dark on TikTok, he's actually quite a big TikToker now, but he sort of directed it with me and filmed it. But when I did that, that short film, I didn't have any money. Like I literally had like a few £100 in my bank, but I could have got monetized. And that YouTube video, like I put so much work into that short film, and then it got like 500,000 views on YouTube, which is like quite a lot. You can make a lot of money from that on YouTube, and I didn't get monetized because I procrastinated the paperwork so much.
Because you're allowed to get money.
You just have to work some things out. I don't know what it is you have to do. I've forgotten the process, but you just have to link some bank accounts and do something with it. Your money coming from America or something. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it confused me. I get so confused. Like I'm doing this ADHD form at the moment because I'm trying to get on medication, and they have to keep reminding me to do it. And my girlfriend had to sit me down and like get me to do this form because I couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if it's from ADHD or I just struggle with boring things. But it's lost me so much. The fact that like I feel like my career, like, I'd do so much better in life if I could focus on certain things that are boring.
Nature of ADHD. And
I think that's what they say.
I think the idea that you can't fill in the form means you should have medication. That'd be quite a nice irony to the fact that that you have taken so long to fill in the form.
Well, I don't want to take medication because then I go into therapy and I'll be like, I'm late on my taxes. So I'm self-employed. I have to do that whole thing. And then I'm going to my therapist to talk about my tax. It's like I shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. That's like quite mental. Like, I'm always late on everything. I get fined for everything. I got fined £800 because I just never paid my dart charges. They clamped my car. The Dartford Tunnel, yeah, and the crossing.
No.
They fined me £800 because I kept being like, yeah, I'll do it. And then they came to my house and they're like, if you don't pay this by tomorrow morning, we're going to take your Nissan. I'm going to take your Nissan Duke. And I was like, if only, like, why do I struggle? I struggled so much with the idea of paying it. The idea hurt me just to get the paper, the letter they send, and just type in the digit they give you on your phone and pay however much the fine is, like £35 or £40, whatever it was. And I built that up so much, all these charges, that they ended up coming up, and I had to pay like thousands probably. So bad. But and for some reason that hurt less than me. That happening hurt less than the pain that I imagined just doing the letter would hurt. Because I just hate doing it. I don't know.
So if you're enjoying this video with the great Isaac HP, then like and subscribe, because he's amazing on social media. So like and subscribe, is that how you do it?
Yeah, I think so. Or just follow and follow. I'm on YouTube. This is on YouTube. Yeah, my YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Yeah.
Also to me.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought. Yeah, sorry. Subscribe. Yeah.
Isaac stuff because he doesn't need that much help. I need a lot of help.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It will be good. It will be good for people to watch your videos more.
Good one. I'll cut out the first bit.
Yeah.
So Isaac, when you look in the mirror, have a look in the mirror. I'll take a few shots like that's a good shot, that is.
Yeah.
What do you see when you look in the mirror?
I see a man.
Yeah.
I
know I've just sprung this on you.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well,
is this therapy?
Do you see well, kind of. It could be.
I look like I've sort of just like quickly got ready for a wedding, to be honest. That's what I feel. I feel like whenever I wear a suit, I feel like I have to act a little bit differently.
Seriously?
Yeah, I always feel like that because I feel like a lot of pressure. Like, I feel like whenever I have to wear a suit, it's always like when I was a kid, it always felt like I had to change the way I spoke a bit as well. I don't know why. I don't know.
Do you like the way you look when you look in the mirror?
I like the way I look. Yeah. Yeah, I look a lot better these days. At the moment.
Really?
Yeah, it's because I got a girlfriend now. You always get better looking when you have a girlfriend.
Do you think it is? Isaac HP, you're not wearing a watch? Because I do a little thing in my thing where, because I love watches. Do you ever wear a watch?
No, because I can't tell the time. On an analog clock, I can't tell the time.
Oh, analog, so you need digital?
I need digital. And even then I struggle sometimes with the sort of numbers, like 16, but that's 4. 1600 hours is 4.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I'm quite good at that now, but I wasn't. But analog clocks, that's the worst thing for me. I can't do it. I don't understand. I don't know if it's dyslexia. I don't know what it is, but I could never. I've had people sit me down and be like, "This is how you tell the time. The thing goes around the wheel."
Yes.
And like that means this, and I'm like, I just don't understand. I can't do it.
Really?
I can do it. I probably could learn how to tell the time, but it's painful.
Wow.
I've always wanted a watch. People get me. My nan always buys me watches, sort of like with like messages engraved on it, be like, "I love you, grandson," and stuff. And I'll keep them in my drawer, and I'll never throw them away. But I don't wear watches because I'd feel like a poser, because I can't tell the time. I quite like the big clocks that you walk past on churches and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can always tell the time by when the bell rings.
On the hour.
Yeah, on the hour, not like 4:10, but when I was a kid and I was late for school, like for coming back home or something, I'd hang around. I wanted to know what the time was. I wouldn't ask anyone what the time was on the big clock in like the Thetford town centre. I'd just like wait until it was the dong. I'd be like, "Oh shit, it's 8 o'clock at night. Mum's gonna be mad."
So I'm shooting Isaac HP, and I asked him about watches, and he, as you can see from his answer, that he doesn't really wear them. But I am wearing the Nomos Tetra, which is that they sent it to me to wear. I think I've got to send it back because it's such a beautiful, refined watch. I'll show you the back of it in a second, but it's a beautiful, beautiful watch. Dress watch, I would have thought. It's got this little pink second hand. So nice. Such a nice watch. Because it's about photography, my stuff as well, and comedy, but do you have a best... I always ask if you've got a favourite photograph. It could be of you or a famous person or whatever it is.
Oh, I think my favourite my favourite photographer is Bruce Gilden, but he is good. I don't agree too much with his technique, but I think the photos look good, so it's kind of a bit...
Is he the one that goes...
He goes really in people's faces, which is quite it's very invasive, and I don't think that's great, but they always look kind of cool. And I like New York. I like photos of New York, and I just think like those kind of... New York is such a gritty kind of place, and there's a lot of characters, so I think it's a really cool way to sort of document New York. I always like different ways that people document New York City, you know, because maybe because I've never been there, I'm sort of obsessed with it as this place. A bit like how some people get obsessed with Paris. Yeah. I'm obsessed with New York. Maybe I'll go there one day and I won't even like it, but... Is there a certain picture of his, or is it just general watching? Just general stuff of his. But I also quite like watching like the YouTube videos of him sort of talking about his process, which I find I kind of like the sort of when people talk about their creative process. I quite like that. It kind of makes me quite aware of maybe what do I do. I mean, I don't really do that much, but some people really base their whole lives around what they do, which is kind of cool. Yeah. So I always do a selfie at the end. I'm rubbish at selfies. Let me try and do it. I'm so rubbish that I've got it the wrong way around. Brilliant. Thanks for the shoot, and thanks for the interview. No worries. We'll get anytime. I'll put all your links and things, and and my stuff, like and subscribe. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. What are you doing next? What's your? Well, next is I've got an idea for something that I can't really say, but I'm going to be doing more TikToks about. I'm playing this guy called the Number Taker on TikTok, and I'm just going to do that a lot. What's the premise, Mark? There was a kids show called Numberjacks when I was a kid, and it was very creepy and quite scary. And I'm playing one of the villains on it, and I'm sort of making it quite messed up on TikTok, and people are liking it. I'm just going to do a lot of that, I reckon.